Uh, well, that was heartbreaking. Hello, Catholic Controversy here, and I don't think it's any secret I'm pro life. I've made 2 videos on the subject, and back in college, I was in the Students for Life group. And, we talked about abortion and how we can try to get the pro life message out. And one thing that always seemed to be very, very helpful is when we would have former Planned Parenthood directors and people like the Abby Johnsons of the world have their come to Jesus moment and become pro life and become big pro life activists. And one of the biggest revelations that we had, one of the best things and best argument is that we had Jane Roe of Roe v. Wade on our side. Because after the landmark Supreme Court case, she had her come to Jesus moment and became a pro life activist. And that was very, very helpful to our cause. Because, you have the poster woman of abortion basically saying, no, this was a mistake. We shouldn't be doing this. That's big. So when I saw that there was going to be a documentary put out by Vice on FX about Norma McCorvey, aka Jane Roe of Roe v. Wade, I was very interested because while everyone talks about her life in regards to abortion, we don't really know a whole lot else about her other than that because it's like that's the thing that she's famous for. And the documentary promised to give us more information on that. Let us know who Norma really was and just go through her life. And, well, it's kind of leery when you have something put out by Vice. You kind of know it's not necessarily going to be friendly to the pro life movement and other right leaning ideologies. But I just want to see what they would do about the poster woman for abortion rights that later became a pro life activist. And as far as movies go, as far as like actually making a documentary and telling a story, they did an excellent job. Just in terms of sheer story structure of like how it's kind of like a 3-act structure, maybe like 2 acts and 2 halves of an act sort of a deal. But the first part of it is just establishing who Norma is, the events leading up to Roe v. Wade, and who all the different characters are in there, such as her lawyer and pro life activists and all that other stuff. And it was very interesting, and it brought to light that even though she is the poster woman for abortion, she never had one, which I think is interesting. That's definitely an interesting little look into her life. And then the second act is about the fallout of Roe v. Wade, specifically the big pro life movement that was started. And then how Norma had her come to Jesus moment, for lack of a better word. And actually, it was that because she did convert to Catholicism and then her life as a pro life activist. And it was very interesting because it seemed to be pretty even. Like I was expecting them to be like just bashing the pro life movement, but it didn't really seem that way. It just kind of let the people talk for themselves, which major props to them for that. And then you get into the third act, and that's where things get really depressing and kind of heartbreaking because it opens up with Norma saying this is her deathbed confession. And what is that deathbed confession? It's that she wasn't pro life at all. The entire time it was a sham. She just said she was pro life in order to like get money or something, just to keep the fame going. They kind of tried to pin it on like the pro life activists for like trying to use her, force her into that, but it's like, what? She chose to do that. It's not like they were holding a gun to her head and say, you got to convert or else. no, she said that she just took their money and ran. And that's heartbreaking because it's like something that we have been using and saying for, what is it, 2020 now? I was in Students for Life back in like 2013, probably 7 years or so. That hurts. And it's not, it doesn't feel good to be lied to for 7+ years. I don't know how long she was really a pro-life activist. It kind of mentioned that, but I didn't bother running the numbers. But you know that that's that sucks. And Norma, I hope you're getting your just rewards because, like, why? If you didn't believe this, why would you go along with this? And then, like, in the end, it talks about it, like, really kind of tries to shame the pro-life group, and then it really becomes heartbreaking because, like, it tries to. Everyone's talking so nicely about her, and it really just sort of like it's a blow because it's like everyone that was close to her, especially later in life when she became a pro-life activist, they were all lied to. And I was lied to. And then, like, at the end, like, the founder of the pro-life movement that, like, brought her to their side, he, like, said that he regrets being a pro-life activist and now is, like, trying to undo what he did. And it's disheartening. It's discouraging. It really sucks. So it's like, that's heartbreaking because, you think you have someone that's an ally and then they just stab you in the back. It's not cool. So it was a very interesting documentary. I'll give him that. And it was very well made. It's just that, like, the subject matter just kind of hurt. And it's not like a Michael Moore fake documentary. I know information about what goes on, and it's not like crazy false editing and false narratives. Like, from what I know, a lot of this stuff actually happened. And it's pretty accurate to, like, what was going on. But it's like, I don't know what else to say aside from it sucks to be lied to. It sucks to have someone that you think is trying to help your cause, but then they just say, no, I did it all for the money. You guys are all idiots. Yeah. I mean, maybe it's a cautionary tale of who can you trust? But it's like, I mean, Vice, thank you for putting this out there. Thank you for letting us know that it was all a lie. I appreciate the honesty and for her to actually have a deathbed confession. But it's like I don't know what to say, but it sucks. This has been Catholic Controversy, signing off. May God bless you.